Time to start working. Alright, so today I gotta open GDI and I'm gonna be implementing, trying to work on the rest of the nested vector implementation. Just give me a second. There we go. Webcam works now. Okie dokie. Huh. Alright, let's open this. Okay. Oops, all crashed. No. A long time. Oh boy, I don't know what to say yet. So, I have probably the worst, I probably have the worst inheritance going on with this vector implementation. But you know what? Oh, dude, you have not seen how bad it is. It is like, I got like this thing inheriting. I got this thing, and then I have like a base class, and then I have a essentially like another class that needs to be derived from, but it publicly virtually inherits from the first one. Then I have another one that also publicly virtually inherits from the first one, and then I have a class that publicly inherits from that third one, but publicly virtually inherits from the second one. And then down one more chain, I now have one that publicly inherits from that fourth one. It's like, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It took me a long time to figure out to get it to work, because I kept realizing that my classes would be calling the same constructor multiple times. Yo, he actually got it to work. Sweet. But row. Oh, bro, you're clicking on stuff in the 3D scene. Yeah, it just wants to do that. What do you expect? Why? Oh, it's just a mask on top of the entire window. I mean, yeah, it works. Yeah. Okay. 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 This one for Mm. To render just that panel? Oh, sweet. Cool. Mm. Using a language file? Something? Oh. Mm-hmm. Does the I'm just out of curiosity. Does the character code, like how \0 is a null terminator, is just like how \0 is a null terminator? Does \1 do anything in specifically? Do you know? I'm sure it's all the thing. Start of heading. What does that mean? Like, mm, hmm. Because I'm thinking. Okay, so start of header, it's using like I was just doing some quick research, and apparently there's like start of header and like start of text and end of text, and apparently in old data streams you had to specify start of a header and start of the text and end of the text, and we don't do that anymore. But I was just wondering, what if I actually reuse these symbols for something else? Where if I use start of header, I use start of text character whenever I actually want to have a string of text, and then end of text are actually in that text. But at any point, I can just say end of text, start of header, and then start of text again. And between that start of header and start of text, anything I put there is like a key to do a lookup into a language file. So if I needed something in English, like maybe a license thing, I could just write that in the start of text stuff. And then at any point I want something to map up to like inside a language file using like a hash map or something, I can just use the start of header and just use that as a way to tell the parser to look into a head of a language file. I think I might do that. But what's happening? Oh, it's putting it in the same atlas. I mean, efficiency, man. What are all those vertical lines on the bottom left? Oh. Oh, those were probably from when it was like moving or something. Huh. Oh. Bruh. Alright, I'm actually gonna just huh? I have no idea. Oh. Come on. Alright. Alright. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do something. I'll be right back. I'm back. It looks good though. Are you not using like MS like multi-channel sign distance fields? No, just regular straight bitmap. Cool. Yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm. Sus. His sus is right. Actually, I could just have this. Right? It's this data that has to change. So I'm gonna just copy those in. This uses this one we have passed that, so later on, sure. It's control. No, I don't recall what I just do. Yeah, just do what I did in the one, but a couple of instructions. Actually, I can do that now. Let's see. Capacity. Capacity. Okay, good for you too. Make that up. I see. Difficult constructor is this class is oh call those 6 those in a bit. Expected an expression. That's right. That's what happened. That's alright. I'm so confused. Expected an expression. Holy crap, dude. Freaking Visual Studios having a stroke, dude. Suspect foul play. What is happening in Visual Studio now? I'm gonna check that. Bruh. I think all of this code is fine. It's not. It's allocate capacity. Let's see this capacity. More from freely my company. Ooh. That's where it should be going. What is it? Oh my god. It's bad. Oh, capacity zone. This out. What I should be doing is should be like rounds. capacity. Relatable. You do fix me. So no longer doing that. It'll handle. Huh? I don't know what etc. means. Oh, etc. Yeah. Yep. I know, etc. Yes, that's what I'm saying, etc. Yeah, etc. We're learning the same exact same thing, but so we're already up there whatever it is to the water. Let's get that machine. No, it doesn't. Let's check. Somehow, it keeps checking. Whatever. I'll just go. Yep. Yuppers. Start an offset instead. What are the pointers and offset? Use the pointers. I could just think of the pointers and offsets there. But it ends. I need to free anymore. I need to set new data. You need to set the capacity data. If the size is greater than the capacity, then set that. Voila. Let's go. I just realized I have an issue with this function. To fix this function, inserting overrides any preceding data instead of inserting fix lol. I'm literally typing lol in my comment. That's how big of a goof I made. I'm not even gonna fix the bug right now. Alright, I'm gonna do this one. Copy over the previous thing and look at how it changes. Yeah, I do. I wish wish I could say the same about making this thing, but it's fake. But you gotta look at all these names. Look at this: base nested vector, base slave nested vector, base control nested vector, master nested vector. That's for this stuff. That's a great info concrete for this, but no, no. Look. There's the base master nested vector. Then there's a CPU one and a GPU one for that. And then I have a filter slave nested vector, and I also have a data slave nested vector. So I got a data slave nested vector, filter slave nested vector, and 2 abstractions for master nested vector. Watch this. This base nested vector, right? This one publicly inherits from that, right? Public virtual, yes. Base control nested vector is a public virtual on the same thing, okay? And then we get down to base master nested vector. This publicly inherits from this one, which virtually inherits from this one. And then, no, this one is only a public inheritance. Then this one is a public virtual inheritance. But it has to be listed second, but it gets called first in the constructor list. Yeah, it very much matters. Yes, it does matter. It ensures... if I swap these, the constructor for base nested vector is going to get called twice, just because of the order. Yeah, it's a C++ specification. It's how the logic works. I know this is like the most OOP I'm ever gonna do. But anyways, and then CPU publicly inherits from this one. And I do it this way so that only one instance of whatever data exists in base nested vector, which is this thing, gets shared across all these classes without being created multiple times. Yeah, it's pretty much just an interface because it doesn't actually store the data, it's virtually accessing the data through whatever inherits from it. No, I'm not calling it that. Because you can't use it on its own because it has pure virtual functions. But you can't even use it, so I don't care. I'm not calling it an interface. An interface is like some that's like some Windows goobity gappity going on. I'm not gonna touch that. Yeah, but hear me out. Yeah, but hear me out. You can't instantiate this normally, so I don't care. No, you literally can't because it has pure virtual functions in it. You don't need I because no one's gonna write it. Because even if you try and start writing it, it's just gonna error. Even in the syntax, it'll error. It won't let you. Then cry me a river. I don't know what you want from me. Cry me a river. Yeah, well, riddle me this. Do you have multiple build batch scripts? Do you have multiple build batch scripts? Yeah. I'm still working on them, but I've been writing them. No. Look at this. Freaking build CMake Clang, build CMake GCC, build CMake VS22 Clang, build premake 5 VS22 Clang. The Clang ones work. CMake GCC does not work, and I think claying on itself doesn't work. I don't believe this one works. No, no. The CMake VS22 clang works. What I'm saying is CMake clang does not work because I haven't figured out the keywords I need to use to be able to hook up some essential Windows libraries and whatnot. We got spicy in it. But yeah, all these other ones work. That's how I put them on GitHub. I put them on GitHub without the solution and stuff. HLWA. It's not the latest version, so you're not gonna get what I most recently work on. You're not gonna. Oh, I was working on toast notifications. It's not ready yet because it's still confusing, but it's a pretty spicy piece of library I'm working on. Cool. I'm GUI. Oh yeah. What did I post? What did I post? Keywords in C++ called using the dev branch, and it seems whenever I type a keyword into the editor, it doesn't seem to get recognized by the colorizer or tokenizer because it doesn't change color although it identifies to. Yeah, I didn't realize it until now, but for some reason any text that's not being colorized by other things. What was the colorizer? Ungoogleable. Oh. Cool. Anywho, I got this to work on, and I gotta lingo my way through it. Cool. Oh, then cool. I literally found it in one search. What are you yapping about? Literally the first item in the search I did. But I literally just typed in this. And it works. I just told you that. Oh my god. Bro actually does not listen. Bro does not listen. I'm not even gonna explain 2 points you don't listen to, so we're just gonna go right past that one. Yeah, but it has like accents, display mesh, glassware, log processor, registry, taskbar, and a couple util stuff. Some things you have to run in the. Some functions you have to run in the utils. At the start of your program. And I think in other things as well. Yeah, but a lot of this stuff has been programmed. A lot of this stuff has been programmed, so it's all modular. So like, you can compile my broad project for like if you only want accents to use, like you don't know how to write themselves, but you want to use a library but only for the accents part, and you still want to use glfw, you can compile just for accents and also enable UTF-8 strings, and then compile for that, include it, and also include the correct preprocessor macros, of course. But and then when you use it, it has functions for just the native handler for Windows things. So you can use those. Uh, no, okay. So UTF 16 strings are quote unquote the default. But I think I have UTF 8 strings, like the preprocessor macro, set up by default. Like it's added by default. Okay, I don't remember if I do it in pre-make. I might do it in pre-make, unless I just manually add it to my solution. I don't remember. It's been a while since I touched it. Yeah. It has all the things you might need. Well, it's soon we'll have. I was also working on the tray at one point. I know. A few of them are empty. It's in my README file, bro. Yeah, only the glassware one is set up. Oh no, sorry, the registry one is set up. See ya. Alright, back to working. Gotta check my messages real quick. Alright, so I gotta think about how this works. So how this works is I'm telling it to reallocate. I can't do any manual work like this. I can't do that. Data should get resolved automatically. Capacity and size should work. I should have to just do m parent allocate and data size of, this is the old capacity, 2 times m capacity size of 2 times that's right, I wanted to make it so allocate size over its capacity. So now that's done, reallocating should automatically handle data moving and fraying. I think that's it. And of course I still need to implement those functions myself. This I'm going to fill into is mystic. Okay. Okay. Mm, 80 bytes, that's pretty big. Whatever. I hate hearing that. 8 bytes. So, remind me again. So it's an array of contextual indices arrays. Inside these arrays are each layer. Inside each layers are wafers. And the wafers part is the one I'm worried about, because that's where it can actually explode in size. So this one's 8, 16, 8, 16. Like, a bit of it are just v-table pointers. What is this? Base control nested vector. And there's a control nested vector, that's true. It is what it is, I guess. Alright, child, next, data, capacity. Why is data being stored in there? Is data? No. Does it? I don't think so. Okay, no, it does not. I think this should purely be isolated to slave and masters. Data slave. These might even just be... Okay, so how much does that knock off for this set? This one at least. Because it's really, again... No, it's actually the data slaves I'm worried about. Because the wafers are not filters. They're data slaves. I'm actually worried about this one. Which, apparently, I can't do. I checked for it. Whatever. Can I still compile? No. This one's gonna error. Has no overrider. Oh. Let's see. Okay. Let me go fix that. Oh my god, don't feel a bunch of errors. Oh my gosh. Public. 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 Oh shoot, I think he's protected. No matching constructor for initializer. Member parent initializer. What? What is happening? Member initializer and parent does not have a non-static data member. What are you talking about? Okay, what if I voted for this one? Okay, so I guess I do have to start per thing. This is so convoluted sometimes, I swear. Okay, I'll just go down here, I guess. Okay, cannot initialize a primitive type void with an L value type constant void. Oh, yeah. Which field? Which field? It's the second one. Obviously, because it's going from source. There we go. And now I want to do, for anything, I'm going to print, size of, size 4. Okay, that's a lot less though. I remember it. Okay, so at least. Am I being lied to? This is saying it's 64 bytes. What was it? 48? Now is it going to say 64? 56. 56. 56. Okay. So it must be getting optimized, I guess. Okay. What was the error? Insertion failed. Data and data design. Okay. 13. 313. Oh, yes. Okay. So. So I need to um, do. That's not as much as I thought it was going to be. Actually, let me check again. I know what the errors are. I'm just going to ignore it. Where'd they go? Oh, I remember them. Whoops. Dude, I cannot think today. 48. 48 isn't that bad. It's not that bad. It could be worse. It could be worse. It's not that bad. Because in order to get this done, it's basically like, imagine like an array where like you can nest arrays inside of it. So one huge array for all the memory, and then you have these contextual indice groups, which are so that they can render these layers, these groupings of layers. They're like groups, layer groupings, I guess. And it renders this layer grouping, and inside this layer grouping are arrays of, so it's like an array, it's like a bunch of arrays of groups. Inside each group is an array of layers, and inside each layer is an array of wafers. And each of these wafers are those data slaves, while the whole thing is a master. Every little sub thing is a filter. So yes, I wish I could optimize the filters more so that they didn't take up as much data. But seeing as that's just per layer, that's not a whole lot. So I think I'm fine. And then as for wafers, I think I'm pretty good on that. I do have to worry about situations where like if I need to resize, I need to make it so yeah, very, very complicated. But I'm dreaming that it works one day. I'm hoping it works one day. Hoping. Okay, so when I first do pushback, I need to think about how this works. This does pushback, calls pushback internally. Pushback internally just calls insert at the end. And this goes wait, what? Where is it? Where's 313? Oh. It's not airing because I'm pushing, it's airing because of the other stuff. This stuff is fine. Okay. Yeah, because it's not manipulating any data. It's just running numbers for no reason. It should all work out fine. Yeah, it should all be fine. factoids. It's just a long road ahead to get this to work. I could imagine that this entire month takes this much work. I need to start planning out the entirety of the month. Like, what is this month gonna be for? Because at this rate, this UI is gonna take so effing long, dude. I need to chug through this. I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna chug through it. Spanish. I'll chug through it. Streaming every day. Lots of hours per day. So these are now. It is now successfully set up. In theory, that I should only be calling two possible functions. Allocate size is not set up fully. Oh, let's not do that. So, what does the old allocate size do? Only amount of copies is minimum. So allocate size. It should rework. I only have two functions. I only have a few functions, and it's able to keep track along the way. It just keeps going up the hierarchy, and then climbs back down the hierarchy. Should be good though. Let's just focus on the CPU. The GPU, it's basically just going to cache everything, and all the numbers will be crunched as if it's instantaneous, but all the actual manipulation of data is all going to be cached, which means it's going to be an asynchronous vector, which means it's not good at pull. But that's besides the point. The point is, everything is pushing up the tree. It's keeping track of it only its own layer. This does result in a lot of mem copies. Maybe I can avoid some additional mem copies. Maybe I just replicate up the layers. Yeah, I mean that would work. I'll let it resize and what to. Yeah, because it needs to be able to allocate its own space. Also, any pointers to data have to actually be not pointers, they gotta be offsets. I have to change that. Or I just think about them as offsets. No, I do have to change them because that's gonna change how iterators work. Oh my god, it's gonna change how iterators work. I just realized that. Anyway, this has to go up the tree. And it needs to keep track of interesting when I click on it. This probably inherits from this. Do my CPU, or they do. Do they? Base master vector. They do. It's good. I don't know if that's very accurate, but whatever. You go up the tree. So, alright, thumb changes to offsets. So, it's no longer be this, it's now going to be size T and offset. So, that's going to throw a lot of errors on that. Oops. This needs to be placed into here. The GPU, the CPU, and 2 virtual ones. There we go. And then filter goes how does this keep track? This keeps track by is it really that much better to have a single buffer than multiple buffers? Like, I mean, there's automatic organization. Sure. Better than access one buffer, isn't it? Yeah. Whatever. Alright, so this one has to go. As its capacity. Needs to know its offset, so ST offset 0 size T. Oh no. SC 0 size T. Size only capacity. It's only capacity. Okay. I don't think I really do checks here yet, so I'll just do assert and parent is not cool. And copy the offset, source, size. Here I'm gonna do. Basically, need to do and parent reallocate, and I gotta figure out how to adjust this. That's a new capacity. That's the old capacity. What's that? Alright. So I gotta do this. So if room, or if is the capacity, and then it's like mouse this offset capacity plus difference times the issue is I basically need to have the old buffer ready. Very, very troublesome. Really is. So I basically need to basically what I'm going to do is it will just copy straight over all the data it perceives it should be. That doesn't cut it. That only thinks about the first layer. Oh no, if it ever thinks about going bigger, it will just copy everything over. So like, if this has the capacity, move what's in front of it, then it didn't make any current, and return. And this would allow the ones down below to account for that. Right, it's really only the last ones that have a say in actually doing capacity checks. Is else called to be allocated from the parent of this offset capacity difference times multiplier. Yeah, this is fun. After else statement follow statements now variable. Yeah, that'll work. Implement reallocate. That'll work. Yeah, I think that'll work. Give me a second, I'm going to validate when it's good. I'm back. I had to give my friend some tips about his answers to some things. Alright, so this is what we need to do. We need to implement this now. And then there's the CPU master message vector. Which needs something like that. The other thing is I gotta somehow be able to almost like copy over the data of something correctly, if that makes sense. Like when something reallocates to be bigger, it goes to the thing up and that has to reallocate, right? This one just gets copied just fine, but then it needs to go back down and copy that one over. Basically needs to make the room for that. It's basically got to, using the parameters that it was inputted in the scope, it's got to use that information to accurately resize the things that's supposed to resize. So if a filter goes, this thing needs to resize. So if a filter goes, it has 3 data slaves, and this filter slave goes, the middle one's resizing to be bigger. The first one, the one before it stays intact, needs to do the things necessary to make room, obviously, but then everything afterwards it needs to copy correctly over. Oh, hold on. Friend needs help on this. That's not, oh, correction maybe. Oh, it's also account if it also needs to account if the offset is 0. Actually, I'm gonna say the offset is -1, because no offset should be -1. So if the offset happens to be -1, then that means it's not allocated. I think that's fair to say. It's kind of like a null pointer. So I have that to do. That doesn't mean I need to check against the other ones. Maybe the capacity when things get allocated, as for filters at least. Maybe the default allocation should just be 1 byte. Or 1 element. You know? What's this? It can't be -1, because like if it goes up, it's just it would need to constantly keep track of these things in the order that they are. Because if this is called to reallocate and it's just -1, then I gotta know where it actually is. So I'm thinking that the best solution is that just everything is allocated with at least 1 byte or 1 element worth of something. So yeah. I'll do it in here. So sort keylist dot size is greater than 0. Actually, I'm just gonna do if this size is greater than 0. Else, it's gonna be the same thing as this, so I'm gonna write this first. I'll just say insert t in t, and then just a constructor, default constructor. Assert in parent does not equal null pointer. And parent to be able to insert, and whenever I create one of these, it has to create the space for it. So It's fine if I have a 0 on the offset. Because I'm going to create specific noise. Offset capacity. There needs to be a control. Oh, you know what? I think I understand. This doesn't call this. Oh, actually, listen. If in size does not in capacity is 0. Oh, it's gonna call this before it gets to that though. Oh my gosh, dude, this is so obnoxiously weird. Okay. So this one's just gonna say reserve 1. Else reserve 1. This needs needs to be a way to like set up the allocation layers. Like it needs to be able to add a new item in there, you know? It'd be like in parent add slave and this to in, right? And parent add slave to end, and then it'll be in parent move slave this. And this has to go in parent add slave to end. This is here. Also to assert. And there's there. Then I also need a base control one that says virtual void data gonna set this to 0. Now it's gonna be the other one called no, I don't need another one. I think that's it. Virtual void pointer. I'll copy this back on the tree. I forgot spots from that. It is. Oh my god, I forgot the word const. Okay, and this one we'll just have to yeah. Okay. Also, it needs a default allocator, so it's just gonna be like how many bytes it's gonna be. So 1 byte is in the size of 2. This will be the size of 2. Just start adding these now. In and this will return in parent data plus in offset. This one is hard. This one's probably hard. I hope to get this week. I hate working on custom alligators and whatnot. This is so abysmal. I also have to keep track of the low. How should I say it? I also have to keep track of all the items, or at least all the bases. I think this might work. I'm just right now big on this. Right now, I'm focusing on the CPU and a filter as far as the data slave. So CPU, filter, data. This, and it's holding a linked list, which means adding and removing is a little expensive. So what if instead of, what if while I'm passing to reallocate, oh, this might also be incorrect. No, it's right. It's just allocating a new capacity size. What I'm worried about is the data thing correct? Like, if I can know what was updated, I'm trying to think. There's just a few problems. First of all, to reduce overall memory, I'm using a linked list. But that also means updating times will be a little bit more complicated. Like whenever you remove or add something, and whenever you reallocate, it needs to go over every single piece. Unless I don't store the offsets. Unless I abstract all that away. The only thing is, how does it know what offset to copy things? Because it only needs to copy everything back into place as beforehand, and then anything afterwards it also needs to copy back in place in the correct spot. The only thing I'm worried about is, does it for every scope? Does it from the beginning of the scope? Doesn't need to worry about anything outside. It only needs to worry about what's in itself. So, think about this. Every layer acts the same. It's just copying the beginning of what it is, all the way up until, bam, it's something that needs to be reactivated. Everything afterwards needs to pop in afterwards. That means I need to be aware of the offset at which I'm creating that new size, that new capacity. And not only that, but I need to be aware of how much capacity is available, because there's a lot of excess empty memory that's being accumulated. I might have to rethink this. Well, not rethink it. I might just have to rethink how it updates. Because first of all, that's gonna be a lot of wasted memory. Unless it pulls from global capacity. And as it's going up the tree, it collects how much capacity it actually needs. And it's fine. And only the data slaves can actually have their own set capacity. All the filter slaves don't have capacity. They just multiply the existing capacity. It's like a large piece of multipliers happening. It's just multiplying what capacity it does need, not what capacity. This is hard. This is really, really hard. I mean, that would fix a couple of issues. But again, I need to know the offset. Maybe the data slaves don't know the offsets themselves, but I need to know where to begin. I need to know, even though this piece may be fine, I need to know how much to push off the other piece. And the only way, if I didn't store the offsets, the only way I know that is by iterating through each of them. So I think I have to store the offsets. This maybe, no, I think I just have to. Things went down the tree with everything that's afterwards, so that's literally the thing I'm worried about. What if the offset is the offset off of the parent? Like where the parent starts, it's the offset of that. That way I never need to update anything, I just need to update the top layer of things. That's what's gonna work. That's gonna work. That's gonna work. That will work. I just gotta remember to do that. Okay, so offsets aren't offsets of themselves, they're offsets of the parent. Or they're not offsets off the start the global buffer. It's actually offsets off the parent master vector. There's always gonna be a parent. It'll work. This will work. The only question left is, how do I update it? How do I do optimal updating? Or maybe how does the multipliers work now? It's going up the tree, and now it's just a pool of capacity. It's not like each thing has their own set capacity now. Bam. Move that a little, you know. That's only data sleeves that have the capacity. Matches that have the capacity. See, the cool thing about having capacities in here is then they can only they're allowed to just operate on themselves and won't be as big data clusters. It's just you gotta optimize how much capacity it is. I think I'm still gonna keep the capacity. I think this is a good approach so far. So now, each one should be able to yeah, I think that'll be fine. If I'll allocate at least one byte and one element size. Offsets will go here, so that means I only know what to update the top layers. And the capacity is per nested vector. So keep your nested vectors tight. Keep them tight. Tight. 1.5, 1.3, these are only 1.1s. Keep them tight. Alright. I'm done streaming for today. I'll stream tomorrow, probably for like 5 hours. See ya. Peace.